Welcome to Framework Fortune. Man, that came, I came in so fast I wasn't ready for it. Alright, well, that's the type of day it's going to be. Anyway, welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back, Framework Fortune community. I'm your host, Ben. Let's get into some trading, whatnot. Check out these markets, see what's going on here. So, NQ having a little rebound today, but getting pushed right back down. See some stuff in the news headlines. Treasury yields rise. So we're definitely going to have to go. Putin eyes the date to declare victory. Keep an eye. We'll have to go through all that in a little bit. Let's see what is happening though. Let's see. Oil back up over to 104. Testing that downtrend. We break a 105. Start seeing oil plays move again. We'll see XRT from yesterday. Yeah, Hussa has actually bounced up 30. Well, had to shoot up to 50, about 50 cents, 487. NSV as well, trying to get back on that trend line. So we may be seeing oil heat up again. Gold has pulled back quite a bit along with silver off of that 2000 rejection. I don't think they're done. Okay, NRG, that was one Austin was looking at yesterday. ORFF. That's popped up, but there's no volume on that. I'm gonna keep an eye on it just because it is. I know it's running close to that high here. I'm gonna take that off for now. That's Roy, another uranium play. That just hit a new low. I'm going to take WWR off for now. I don't know why I even got the SQQ up. Alright, let's see what's on the scanners. CYN. Another one of those under $1 poppers, but below the 200-day. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch that. Ain't touching anything under the 200-day. Every time I do, it ends up not working out. Or it's a very, very small win. So we got some airlines, let's see, that's North American tankers, but then United Airlines, American Airlines, I think this may be, what is this, Delta. So all the airlines getting a little pop up, maybe because of all the COVID restrictions relaxing. What happened with this? 118 million shares, barely any volume, and this thing ripped. What is going on with that? 1.8 million in volume, but 118 million shares outstanding. They must have like a super. There's got to be a super low float. Let's check and see what it is. If that thing's, that don't make no sense. That many shares outstanding with that little volume, it should not have shot up that hard. I mean, this is a $4 rip. Just, yeah, it's a $4 rip. Let's see here. Statistics. Hey, how'd I get to Tesla? Swivel. There we go. Yeah, up 107%. Doesn't say the float, but it's held 61% by insiders and 28% by institutions. Weird, there's no share short or anything. I don't have a lot of information on this stock for some reason. Is this a stock? Yeah, it's a stock. What is going on with this thing? Kathy Wood's ARK falls 60% from its peak, erasing all pandemic gains. Optimus robot program. I've not heard of this. Tesla talking about a robot program. There's that. Why Bitcoin could be poised to fall further. I don't know about that. Alright, anyway. Whoops. Wrong thing. Let's get out of there. So I'm guessing they own a lot of these shares, but it's running the 200-day. Not been around for a very long time, so we could keep an eye on it. We'll keep it on the watch list. Looks like it IPO'd the beginning of April, actually. Sky really ate it after that big run. Come all the way back down to $6. But up a little bit today, about 20%. INN, it's got some earnings. This is such an earnings season, or earnings week, such a big earnings week. It's probably why we're not seeing very much in the lower float stocks. Mendo had a little pop-up as well. Pot stock's still red for the most part. Where's that? Yeah, we just hit a low of year. This is more than likely a low of all time. Well, I can't remember if it's low all time. Let's look and see. This is, okay, low of all time is 565, but this is YOLO, one of the cannabis ETFs. Looking for that. It's been a while since we've seen any type of moves on cannabis. So I want to see some type of reversal there soon. Okay. Sky could try to get going. Let's take a look here. That's the 1 hour. Let's go into the 15-minute. It is above all the EMAs. Got that nice little channel upward. Somehow I made 2 trend lines. Don't know how I did that. They were flattened right on that 50-day. Let's go into a 5-minute real quick. I'm going to see. Oh boy, this is starting to move. Getting in right now. Starting to push to 7. Let's see if it can break 7. This will be a second test. Possible break of this channel. And we're already over 7. Up to 711. On the ask, 714 on the ask. Look at the buy-in starting to come through, 718. See these bids move up to 715. There's one. Ask moved up to 720. Let me get back in the 15-minute. I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah, I caught that just in time. 7 is holding up as support so far. Coming in the last 7 minutes of this 15-minute candle. Okay, a little rejection off of 7. See if we get right back above it. As long as we get right back above 7, we're keeping the momentum. Yep, bid stacking back above 7. There they come in. 2, 3. Oh, can they hold? Nope, still not able to hold. The 50-day is at 566. So if it isn't holding in this channel, it has a lot of ways to drop. We got, well, pre-market, after hours. There's some support at $6. That was resistance. Oh, we're starting to move here. Bid's starting to move. I just saw 715s hit the bid. Again, real quickly. Yeah, here we go. Up to 719 on the bids. Can we pop through 720? All right, through 725. Let's go. Let's go, Sky. I thought you looked a little too low. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, baby. Go on up there to 750. There you go. Let's see at 750. Can we blow right through it? How you feeling? We got room up to the 10-day to 1250. Now, I don't know if it's going to go that high, but we'll see. We'll ride it out and see what we get here. Testing 750, right through 750. 750 was butter. All the way up to 760. 765. 772 was on the ask. So we're testing 750 still. Bids trying to stack there. So far, able to hold. Oh, no. Nice pop, though. We got 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candles. Or this 15-minute candle, I should say. Well, let's see that we don't want to see us come back down too low. We don't want to see 725. So, yeah, there we go. 725 is trying to hold. Oh, maybe not. Worst case, we want to see $7 hold, but preferably, I'd rather see 715, 725. And, you know, people going to lock in some profits after this thing just ran $1 something. Maybe not. No, it fell in a hold 7 now, all the way back down. Can you get back above 7? You started going. Let's see, 775. Let's look on the daily chart. I think it's mainly 750 that's holding up, but even see the top of yesterday's candle was not, golly, what was that? Where'd it go to? 988. Yeah, really coming back down now, so that might have been all I had. But this is a very, very big range mover, so you know, running up to $8 and pulling back to $6.75. This little mid area, $6.50. That's not that outrageous. Like you know, we just ran $1 there on the last 15-minute candle, $1 on this 15-minute candle, the upside. So the pullbacks can be just as hard. But I don't think it's done. We're still in the channel, still uptrending. I don't like these big wicks. Let me go. I'm on a week chart. Let me go on the hour chart. Yeah, so this hour chart's going to close in the next minute. The 50-day on the hour is at 7. Really need to see this close above 7 in this next minute. Buyers pushing in. Come on, get on back up there. And it doesn't look like it's closing in 20 seconds. So it doesn't look like it's going to get back over 7 before then. This may turn around with this big wick the way it's closing here. We'll see. 675 trying to hold. Okay, so this candle goes green. We should be good for the full-on breakout. It starts pulling back below the body of this candle. Starts getting below 675. We may see a sell-off. You see we're opening right below that 50-day. We got to break that 50-day. All right, we're starting to turn green a little bit. Looks like we may try to go for 7 again here. A lot of indecision though. Struggling hard with this 50-day. $675 trying to hold though. Oh, there we go. Big decent sized buyer just came in at 685, popping the bids up. Ask is moving over 690. Let's see if his bids can get back over 690. Almost. I think once we see 690 start holding, we're going to get this pop of 7. And 690 on the there you go. Starting to pop at 7 as long as we continue to test it. Let's get that break, start holding 7 on the bid. There we go. Look at those bids stacking at 7. Very nice. So we still got that upward momentum. We didn't die off on that little sell-off. Just people locking in profits. So we are moving back on up. Come on, give us another pop. Give us a nice strong pop this time. Still fighting with 7. It's being a tricky one here. Alright, give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. You know what time it is. It's tradition time. Oh, I didn't walk away long enough. Thought if I did the traditional walking away right before the breakout, it would break out, but I didn't walk away but for a few seconds. Should have walked away a lot longer, a couple of minutes. Oh well. Gotta get up out of this channel. Let's see, where do we... They're looking pretty good though on this 1 hour chart. Yeah, we're starting to test the channel now, 7:15. Another test. Right through it, right through 7:25. Oh, no, a little rejection at 7:25. Come on, pop at 7:25 again. Don't get held up there. There we go. Nope, still, what the ask are popping up, but the bid's still staying at 720. So the ask all the way up to 730. There we go. Nope, 725 rejecting again, pushing all the way back down to 7. This thing is fighting with every resistance line. Come on, buyers, release the Kraken. We actually do have some decent sized bids holding 7. Let's see if 7 actually holds finally. Nope. 7 fell in the hold again. Alright, I'm trying to reclaim. There we go. They reclaimed 7. So what's the NQ looking like? Is this following the NQ at all? No, not at all. The NQ is going straight down at the moment, coming back down to that 1400 area. Woo! Below the 50 on the hour. Oh my God! And we just cracked below that body of that hour chart. We may see some crazy drops or at least crazy volatility. It ended up not felling yesterday at 14,000. Ended up holding up, but this is looking pretty rough on this hour chart. All right, let's pop back over the sky because this is doing the opposite of what the NQ is. So that's good. that's the stocks we want to be in long. Or at least long for this day trade anyway, not long term. There we go. We're starting to hold 7 nicely. Still fighting with that 715, 725. Come on, Sky. Pop on up there. And we're back testing the 7 support, but we do have a lot more bids this time around. Okay, 7's holding a lot better though. And we did have another crack through it, but it stacked right again. Good morning, Lauren. Snacks and Chomps. How's it going? How's live stream? Was HH killing it this morning? Or are you just analyzing? I'm sure he talked to you guys about LTBR, which I'm swinging as well. Only 11 shares. I'm not going very high on this, but this does have a lot of potential if uranium starts really getting hot. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can break at 725. Now that we're back over 715 with a few bids stacking there. Oh, nope, they got taken out. Oh, this thing is fighting. This thing is fighting, but I think we're going to get it. SWN. Good evening, Lori Lee. How are you today? Let's see what's up with SWN. Swan, that thing sold off quite a bit. Well, actually, it doesn't have much of a range. $8 up to $8.73. It is trying to rebound off of 8. Well, actually, got a little rebound. 8.10. Kind of a slow mover. Oh, that's why. There's 1 billion shares in it. Has been uptrending, but starting to curl over a little bit there at the top. If it doesn't hold that $8 area, that's got a ways to drop down. Oh, it's an energy stock. Okay. Well, just keep an eye, on oil in the energy sectors. Because energy is not bullish yet. Well, technically it's still bullish because on the daily chart it's still holding above all EMAs that oil is. But we need to see oil break back over 105 and then 110. Alright, Sky, you are taking forever. You're playing games with me right now. Oh boy, yeah, that daily chart looks totally different from that week chart I was looking at. Where's that? Yeah, there's that week chart. But 50-day on the week chart ended up holding up. Alright, at least so far. Oh, they're fixing the... Why? Why are they doing that at night? That's terrible, Lori. I'm sorry that you have to deal with them banging hammers and stuff. You gotta have earplugs for Taiwan. Ooh, I don't like we're going back below 7 again. I mean, we're staying in the channel. Channel's body's up to 6. Yeah, see, that's not good. That's not a good sign. We need to see this pop right back over 7. Because now we're starting to curl. We're starting to lose our upward momentum. NQ did just bounce, making a double bottom on the hour chart, bouncing off of 14,000, so it's still alive. But with it bouncing, you can see, for whatever reason, Sky does not want to follow the NASDAQ. It wants to do the opposite of whatever the market is doing. It's kind of just doing its own thing, really. Alright, well, this is still fumbling around. Let's see if there's anything else happening. RCAT, what did that do? Oh, RCAT just popped up for no reason. No PR on that. Breaking over the 200 day. If it can hold that 200 day, it might be able to continue to run, but it's been rejected all month and last month at the 200 day. This is the third test, however. Arcade actually looking interesting. I'm gonna put Arcade on the watch list for now. In. That had a little gap up, little $45 play. CYN gave everything back. CXRT is still trying to climb. You know, I took a loss on that yesterday. It's come back up. Riding right up this trend line. This was the one with the medical facility with FDA approval. Alright, let's hop back over the sky. So, okay, we're trying. That 15-minute candle closed. Next one's open and right above the trend line. Let's see if it gets back above 7. As long as we're on the uptrend, you know, these little pullbacks are fine, but I don't know. Yeah, starting to test 675 now as support. We cannot hold here. We're going to pull back probably to 633, 630. Yeah, it's starting to crack that trend line. Let's go on the 5 minutes, see if it is going to be able to hold up. Gotta break this sharp little downtrend here. Oops. Which would be a re-break of 7. Trying to think here what I want to do. What's up, Austin? Yeah, kind of. I got in Sky right here. It's been slowly uptrending after a huge sell-off from it ripping a couple of weeks ago. Had a nice pop up to 783. I pulled all the way back down to the bottom of the channel, so now I'm just holding it to see if it's going to bounce back up, reclaim 7, because that's the biggest problem it's having, is just holding 7 as support. So before the end of the stream, I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 scenarios that I've been talking about for the economy and the markets, because it will be easier just for me to do it live, and then I can cut it out and make a video for it for everybody who missed the live. But I'm going to be doing that today. We're going to go ahead and knock that out here in just a little bit. Maybe if Sky dies here. I only got 5 shares of Sky, so I'm trying to decide. Where I want to put a stop loss. There's quite a bit of support right across there. What is that? 630. So we're opening up on this 5-minute candle, trying to push back above that trend line. But if we get rejected here, like that, and we drop down below 656, bottom of this candle, we're probably going to pull back. Are you enjoying the Brave browser? I'm glad to hear it, man. Brave browser is awesome. I do love it myself. And you just get all these basic attention tokens. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And as long as you're using it, it's all good. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's what we want to do, is try to provide all the best options out there that we have personally used. Whoa, that swivels went nutty. Yeah, that was that. Look at all them halts. Oh, that's what I didn't see it before. I was looking at the 15-minute. I just saw that straight up candle, or almost a straight up candle, but that thing did get halted. Yeah, there must not be very many people, or there must not be very many shares out there left with them holding it. But look at this, perfect U-shape. Perfect U-shaped breakout. Doesn't get easier than that. And this guy still fell in a hold. Okay, well, that's certainly something. Johnny Depp. Yeah, I know the whole Johnny Depp thing's going on. I think that's just a distraction. It may not be. Who knows? Here's the thing. It's hard to tell with actors. This is like the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing. That's literally what they've been paid millions of dollars to do, is to act. So you never know if it's fake or if it's real or what. Like Will Smith, Johnny Depp, especially Johnny Depp. But Johnny Depp is an amazing actor. So, and I don't really know what's going on with that whole thing. I don't pay attention to it. I'm just saying, when you have actors involved, there definitely can be some not obvious acting. At least that's my thoughts about it. We're just barely holding in there. I'm going to pop back to a 15-minute here. We're trying to hold. Alright. Well, I know some of you guys got to get going here soon, so I'm going to take a quick little few-minute break. And when I come back, we are going to go over these 3 possible scenarios that I've been talking about could happen with the U.S. economy and the market and really the global economies. Um, so yeah, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna gather my thoughts up, and then we're gonna dive into that. So we are cracking the uptrend here. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer just because I got 5 shares and there's quite a bit of support. I'm not risking that much. But let me pull up a few things. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I don't like getting involved in that whole thing there. Amber Heard and all that. Just pulling up a few things for this. No, Jesus. I'm trying to find his speech. The text of it, anyway. Okay. This actually has a lot of good information in this article. If I can get this stupid ad off here. Get off there. There we go. Alright, so there's one article I need. I'm still on around that 650. What's the NQ at? NQ coming back down at 1460 area. Pulling back from another little pop up. Let's see if Sky starts coming up now that the NQ's coming back down. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. All right, Jesus. This is just terrible. It's just terrible to look at. It hurts my brain to even look at. Okay, so I think I got enough to go here. The main, okay, let's talk about these 3 scenarios and how they could play out. The number 1 scenario, of course, is the worst case scenario, which I've been calling for 2 years. We were going to see higher inflation. The Feds were not going to do anything, and that has continued to happen. The economy was not in good shape. The Feds inflated too much money. They added too much currency into the currency supply. And the worst case scenario is possibly, the US dollar going to zero and losing its status as the world reserve currency. Now, of course, this is not the end of the world, even though it's a pretty bad scenario. But it is very possibly, or it is a possibility that we should be aware of. And part of the reason is China is continuing, this just came out yesterday, China is continuing to try to take over as the world's reserve currency while our currency is weak. So you can see Israel just added Chinese yuan for the first time ever while cutting its dollar holdings in biggest currency reshuffle in a decade. Israel is not the only country doing this. There's plenty of them. You know, of course, Russia's doing it now. They don't want U.S. dollars. That's something I was saying. When you send all of that money out to these other countries, the U.S. dollar, the currency, to these other countries, and we continue to print money, then, of course, they're not going to want our small yield treasuries and bonds, and they're going to send back all of this currency and treasuries and bonds. And the reason why Israel did this is because right here we need to look at the need to earn a return on the reserves, because they can't earn a return on these small U.S. bond and treasury yields. And they are saying that will cover the cost of the liability. So they're offsetting the U.S.'s liability, the U.S. dollar liability, with the digital yuan. And then you see right here, in addition to the yuan, the bank is also adding Canadian and Australian dollars. So Israel is previously, it only held U.S. dollars, euros, and British pounds. Of course, all three of these have not been holding up very well. So they actually decreased their actual position 5%. Now, a whole entire central bank making a 5% decrease in something like the US dollar is a very big decrease. So it's happening. This is all happening. This is not, any type of opinion or guessing. Countries have been trying to get out of the US dollar, and they're coming out blatantly and doing it. And Israel is a pretty big country to do that, because Israel is really ahead of a lot of the countries with tech stocks, or with tech, I'm sorry. They do have some good tech stocks too, but they're really far ahead with tech. So that is the worst case scenario. And if the Feds continue to barely raise the interest rates, and they continue to barely they're not able to do anything. If they raise the interest rates too high, that's going to cause a housing market crash. It's going to cause a stock market crash, all of that. So they're stuck where they can't raise the interest rates too high. So inflation is going to continue as it has been, right? We look at the central bank balance sheet of the United States versus the Chinese central bank balance sheet from 2000, all right? I'm looking at them side by side, but let's look where the China top is. The China top is around that 40 mark. So the 40 mark is way down here. So for the last couple of years, or for however long, well, not a couple of years, for the last 10, 15 years, we've heard that China is printing so much money and they're ruining their digital yuan. They're going into so much debt, all of that. Well, let's see, that's 2020. Jesus. Okay. While that was all going on, while our country was, God almighty. So I need to bring this down. I'm trying to get this to even up the way it should look as far as the numbers. It's about right there. So the whole time that our government's been telling us that China has been doing all this money printing, adding all this debt, this is their chart from 2000 right here, right? From 2000 till now of the central bank. This is our chart from 2000 till now from our central bank. We started out higher in debt than China has even reached so far. Our debt is here. Look at the line over there. It's at 70,000, right? So I got to scroll this all the way down just to show how much higher we are on the debt totem pole versus China. We're way, way, way up here, not even on the chart for the central bank of China. So this is the biggest problem, the money spending and then the continuous currency printing. And this is why Israel and these other countries are reducing their dollar holdings. So it does not look good if the Feds continue to just let inflation go, which they pretty much have to at this point. Then we may see it. We may see the dollar down to zero. So that's the worst case scenario. I've been talking about that for a while. I don't need to go much further into that one. There's plenty of content on the channel of me showing and explaining that. And just to verify, where's it at? U.S. inflation rate is at 8.5%. Not very far off from breaking up to previous highs of the 80s and then right before the Great Depression. So not looking good there. So second case scenario. Second case scenario is probably the most likely scenario. Now, that scenario would be that the Feds reverse course. And this is what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to continue to raise interest rates unless they are fine with crashing the stock market. Raising interest rates is what they should have done in the beginning of all the money printing in 2008, the super currency printing time. That's when they should have raised interest rates and let the markets crash. They did not. So they kicked the can down the road, and they've continued to kick the can down the road. And at this point, I don't think that they will be able to keep raising interest rates. I think they're going to have to turn around and start printing more currency. They're going to have to add more US dollars, inflate everything up again, the stock market, all of that. That is most likely what's going to happen. Kick the can down the road a little longer. And they may be able to do it. They just shrunk some of their balance sheet. They've been selling stocks. The market is getting lower. So maybe they can try to do this again like they did in 2008 and 2020. But that is only going to make the end of all of that even worse. So the third option, or third scenario, I should say, and this is the best case scenario for the United States economy. If you caught the Bitcoin conference and you caught Kevin O'Leary's speech. Now, I don't like to put, a whole lot behind one person's thoughts, but I actually, as painfully as it is to admit, I kind of agree with him somewhat on his speech, and if this was to happen, this could change everything. Now, how likely is this? I don't know. With the current administration, he seems to be pretty positive about it happening soon, and if that's the case, we'll see. But let's read and see what he was talking about. And this was a great conference to watch. Kitco News covered a lot of it, so maybe on the crypto channel, I'll go over, dive into this some more, because I haven't even went and watched the whole entire thing. There's so much that was going on with this. So, this was the quick take. Kevin O'Leary said that good policy will open the floodgates of capital of the crypto space. Basically, he was saying that the U.S. needs to regulate cryptos, but regulate them the right way to incentivize more people to get into them, especially the bigger investors. I don't like regulations. I definitely don't like it on cryptos, but he has a little bit of a point. If the U.S. was to do this, then that could possibly change the entire game. Now, why would it change the entire game is because they would intentionally put the US dollar either on a Bitcoin standard or a stable coin standard. So the same way that Russia put their ruble back on the gold standard or on the gold standard, and they were able to reverse a lot of the damage we did to their coin, if we allow this to happen and all that big money gets in, then we would be the leading first world country to adopt cryptocurrencies full force. And with that, with the US dollar being backed by some form of blockchain technology, and it will more likely be a digital dollar, it will also be easier for everybody to interact with blockchain technology. Problem with regulation is once you give the government a small inch, at some point they are going to take a mile. So that's why I don't like the idea, but at the same time I can see where he's coming from, and I agree this change would change the entire world markets, right? So he said meaningful regulation in place, the spigots of capital are going to flood into the sector like you've never seen. And he also claimed that crypto and blockchain technology should be and is becoming the 12th sector of the S&P 500. Well, I agree with that. It should be. Mara and Riot, BTCS, we're getting plenty of crypto companies coming up publicly on the stock market, Coinbase, Voyager, and it is a whole sector. I mean, it's the same as if you go and look at oil, and there's all types of different oil investments and different oil stocks, oil ETFs, oil ETNs. Cryptos are the same way. There's tons and tons of different ways to invest, so it makes sense that it would be the 12th sector. So he said he's been spending a lot of time in Washington talking to everybody and he said on a bipartisan basis, there are many senators and reps that are thinking about it in a proactive way. The big thing was this congressional bill, one of them, I can't remember if it's from Loomis or Haggerty, I want to say Haggerty. This congressional bill is 2 pages long, just 2 pages. And all it says is it asks the question, why are we treating cryptos any different than any other types of investment? They should not be. They should be the same as a money market fund or ETF or stock or anything else. There should not be any special regulations for crypto. 2-page bill. So that could pass pretty easy. I mean, every senator in the whole entire Senate and every House representative can read a 2-page bill very quickly, and if it makes that much sense, they could pass it. We don't know, but that is a possibility. So, oh yeah, okay. So the first one is a Bitcoin friend from a Bitcoin friendly senator, Cynthia Loomis, and she has a co-sponsor for the bill. The bills have not come to light, but the bill would establish a broad regulatory framework for crypto. That one I'm not sure about because there's not much information, but this is the one I was talking about. That's 2 pages. The Stablecoin Transparency Act from Hollingsworth and Haggerty. This is a 2-page bill, requires stable coins to be backed by dollars or government securities that mature in less than a year. It also mandates issuers publicly release third-party audits of their reserves. Makes sense. That's pretty simple stuff. That's not terrible regulations. Audits on their reserves, not a big deal. O'Leary said stablecoin regulation is a priority for his own business aspirations. And this is why. He said, my own auditor won't let me and my operating company do anything with stablecoins because there's no regulation on it. So that's why we've got to have a little bit of regulation if we want to see the full-on crypto adoption take place. Now, there's a whole bunch he continues on about mining and all of that stuff. There's ways that they can offset the carbon mining. He said, on down, I'll install the turbines. Why? Because it's great economics, and if I can use that and not be hassled by a carbon audit, this is the future of Bitcoin mining. We will be developing power for all communities while we mine coins in an ethical 100% green mandate that we can do with hydroelectricity. There's all types of mining already besides Bitcoin mining. That is different types of mining. PKT Cash, one of our new coins that we're ambassadors to, a fork of Bitcoin, is not as bad for the environment as Bitcoin mining is. There's cloud miners that don't hurt the environment. So they are wanting to mine with hydroelectricity, which I don't see why that would be a problem at all. That's good, easy energy to get, and it really doesn't take that ton of much energy to mine Bitcoin. So, of course, O'Leary has crypto projects in his portfolio, so do your own research to this. He could just be up there talking nonsense. He could be a part of the establishment. I don't know. I've seen Kevin Leary on Shark Tank and out throughout the internet here and there. Pretty vocal guy, but I don't know him personally, so I'm not going to just trust whatever he says. He backs decentralized finance platform WonderFi, which recently acquired Toronto-based exchange BitBuy. So he has crypto holdings. It's in his interest to get up on stage and tell everybody that this could be a possibility. Now, whether our administration will actually go through with this, get any of these bills to work, who knows? But if they do, this would be a total reversal in our economics in the U.S. and how the whole entire rest of the world works. Backing the dollar with a stable coin is essentially similar, or backing the stable coins with the dollar, I guess is what they're saying, but essentially similar to what China has done with the digital yuan. So this is the only way I see positive light at the end of this. But maybe not even at the end of this, because we don't know how long this inflation, recession, central bank of the United States spending so much money, we don't know how long that is going to continue. But this could happen, at any time. And it's about time for something to happen to allow more money to flow into the crypto industry. And America should be the ones to embrace it. No other big country wants to embrace it. We have the opportunity to embrace it, and we should 100%, because blockchain is the new technology. So those are the 3 outcomes that I see. Number 1 being they continue to crash the whole entire U.S. dollar. and all the other nonsense. Number two being the feds have to reverse course, kick the can down the road for longer, and then the possibility, the best case scenario, the only way I see out of everything is we adopt cryptos. And with Kevin O'Leary, you know, he's not the only person saying these type of things, but that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's what I'm looking at. So, you know, you guys are welcome to discuss, debate, any of that. Of course, I haven't seen any of the comments in the chat here, so let me catch up with those in just a second. Sky did push back up to 7, so not giving up yet. Still hanging in there. But the NQ the NQ actually cracked the uptrend. That looks pretty bad. NQ is probably going to come on down. Well, it's still got a hold. It's still holding 14. It's trying. So again, as yet we were talking about yesterday, if it can hold 14 here, it could rebound again. But if not, then it could continue to fall off. But let's go ahead and check out these comments, see where I'm at with everything. Okay. What's up, One Life? Well, that's the point. If the dollar goes to zero, you wouldn't sell. Why would you? That doesn't even make any sense, Daniel B. Why would you sell anything back in the U.S. dollars? If the U.S. dollar goes to zero, the digital yuan would be the world reserve currency. So if you wanted to sell out of your cryptos, you would just sell for digital yuan. It's going to have more purchasing power, and probably already does have more purchasing power than the U.S. dollar. That's the thing. The U.S. dollar is not the end-all, be-all of anything. Just because it's been the world reserve currency does not mean anything. The lifetime for fiat currency is, I think, around 150 years. Let me see what that... I can't remember right off the top of my head what that cycle is. Let's see. Lifetime cycle of fiat currency. But, I mean, you can also not even use any type of fiat currencies. You can buy stuff already with cryptos. So there's really no reason to have to get out of cryptos, especially if everything goes the best case scenario. Oh, we're actually really way over the time. The average lifespan of a fiat currency is about 35 years, so hyperinflation and currency collapses are not exceptionally rare events. Not exceptionally rare. This happens a lot. I said this. In fact, the average lifespan of currency, blah, 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 it happens much more frequent than people realize. It just does not, it's not happened on a reserve currency, right? So the implications of it happening on a global stage with a world reserve currency is going to cause a lot of ripples throughout the rest of the markets. Unless China becomes the world reserve currency with the digital yuan. Then it doesn't matter about what happens with the US dollar whatsoever. We are getting a pop back up on Sky, back over $7 after hanging out there a little bit. That's why I didn't want to sell it yet, because there's just a lot of support at that 650 and then right below that. But it is coming back into that channel at the moment. Getting a little action. If it re-breaks 725, it's probably going to pop, because that's what was holding us up earlier. All right. One Life, you took a volatility trade on UVXY. Okay, very nice. What's up, GD? Good morning, Sharima. Lori Lee saying GFAI might pop. Guard Force initiates U.S. launch of robotic services in New Jersey. All right, so if it was robotic services being opened up in any other state than New Jersey, then now no, I'm just kidding. I was just going to just talk a little trash about New Jersey real quick. Yeah, you know, Jersey Shore kind of ruined everybody's perception of New Jersey, I think. But yeah, GFAI, that's, you know, robotic services in the U.S. That could be something good. There's definitely a lot of need for robotic services. However, it is below all EMAs, but does have a decent little uptrend. I don't think this is going to see like a big breakout today because it is below all the EMAs, and in fact I wouldn't really like it until it gets back above $1 and can hold $1 as support. Right there is that dollar support area. If I could draw a line straight, but whatever, you see where it's at. So the 50-day and the 10-day are also right at the dollar area. So there's a lot of resistance ahead of it. And it's not been over $1 in 4 months. So that's what I would want to see. I want to see it get back above $1 before it is a play. But it did have a nice little rip off of the bottom of the trend line, little double bottom there. And it's trying to hold up. And it's got a little downtrend here that's got to get through. 75 cents is holding as some support so far today. Right there, that bottom is 75. This is not a bad looking play. Just needs to get back over $1. That's the main thing. Let's see. Sky just came back down to 715. Still struggling to get back in. And we did not break 725. We got up to 735 before we pulled back. Body of that candle. Well, the body of the candle is 725, and then we're having to pull back down to 7. We're still uptrending overall, but if this thing cannot break at 725 soon and hold 725 as support, then it's going to come down. It needs to get up there. Actually, it may need to hold 750 because the trend line. Well, let me see. Let me go into our chart and just make sure my trend line's not all wonky now that we've had some time pass by. Actually, let's see. Yeah, my line's a little off on the hour chart. So it should be coming off about like this. Off the bottom of that wick. So we're still kind of right on the trend line actually on the hour chart. We need to bring this down just a little bit. There we go. All right. NQ fell into hold. 14 at the moment. Giving it up some more. Ooh, boy. This hour chart. Very ugly. Let's see here. Oil is trying to get back up to that 105. Very, very close to a possible oil breakout on the hour chart. All EMAs are lined up 10-day, just crossed back over the 50 this morning. So it's just got to break 105. And oil will be back moving. Gold still pulling down, which means silver is still pulling down. But we're still over 1900 in that 1950 area, so no big deal there. They're going to get their chance at some point, probably. Our cat's still looking interesting. All right. One Life, I am in Sky. SKYH. This is, I'm not in a lot. I'm in 5 shares at the moment. Got in earlier. If I go back in the 5 minute, I think you can see it. Where'd it go? Why ain't you showing my entries and exits? You were showing them earlier. There we go. Yeah. So I got in right there at 688 as it started coming back up, looking for the break. It did run all the way up to that 780 something, but I'm still holding it. We just got a little short-term downtrend confirmation on the 5 minute. But, you know, you can see on the 15 minute, it still looks really good. And we are now, I just now noticed this, I didn't see this a second ago. But so far, we are holding above the 50-day moving average right there. See, buyers are pushing it up because the 50-day is at 7. So we are holding above 7. BWV under $5. That's good, man. It might get back up. It'll probably get back up soon. Can't be right all the time. Oh, boy, that NQ is just continuing to dive down. With oil possibly breaking out, INDO may become a play. A little short downtrend right there. Actually, a little triangle of consolidation. But that's got to re-break 25, and that would happen at right around the same time as oil would try to break 105, more than likely. GFAI getting rejected off of that downtrend. Probably going to have a pullback to 75. All right. No, I'm not still in BWV. Why would I hold it all the way down to $5? You crazy? The only thing I'm holding is I have 11 shares of LTBR, this crazy low float uranium stock that H found, and been nice uptrend on this thing. Had a high up to 1460 on the last uranium run. And I don't know if he showed you guys the uranium futures chart, but it is in a very big possible U-shaped breakout. Oh, Sky just popped all the way up to 725 while I was talking. That was a quick little pop. Let's see, is it about to try to go here? Oh, starting to get some volume in here. Bid just moved up to 720 with a decent size order on the bid. Can we get back over 725? Testing hard, but the bids are at 720. Well, they were. Got 4.5 minutes on this 15-minute candle to close, so we got a lot of time on it. Let's see. Let's see, buys over 725 on this time and sells. Seeing a lot of selling at 720. There's a buy at 721. Buy at 724. Come on, light up green for me. Let me see you light up green. Give us the go. Bids moving up to 720 again. Nope. Those 720s got taken out quick. 725 starting to come on that time and sells. Pecking. 725 out of the way. Bids starting to stack at 725. Ask up to 736. Bids over 729. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get this pop. Bids holding over 725. Buyers keep seeing that. They should start to feel better. They should start coming back in here. We've broke through. We just got to hold it now. Hold the line. Hold the 7. Oh, look at there. We're starting to get bigger buyers coming in above 725. Come on. Was that 5,000 shares at 727 at the moment? That one order bid up to 730. Testing 735. There's a little bit of resistance at that 735. Come on. Let's get frisky. You want the frisk. You're showing a little nip slip right now, Sky. I need you to show me the full on frisk. I ain't trying to see half a nip. I'm trying to see all of it. I want to get paid here. On my 5 shares. Up. Give him back 725. What's that NQ at? NQ still dropping down 13.95. Where's oil at? Oil still slowly approaching. Let's see, what time is it? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions or anything like that about the scenarios, about trading anything, we'll give the stream about 10 more minutes here as we're looking for Sky to break out here. If it doesn't break out and it just keeps piddling up this trend line, I will continue to hold it. But we may be getting close. That was a good little sign of strength there on that last little push. We just need to get back up above that. We got 30 seconds on this 15-minute candle to close. It looks like it may try to close above 7, which would be the second candle to close above 7 in a row. Actually, yeah, that'd actually be the second candle altogether today that has closed above 7. So we're still pretty much just trying to claim that 7 support while testing these upward resistance lines. Oh, and I did see the article of Ross Cameron getting his balls sued off. But if you guys watched the Day Trader Reacts to Ross Cameron video that I did, I was saying in that video the claims he was making with the strategy he was using hundreds of $1,000s and trying to tell people with small accounts they could do the same thing. It's like it's not possible. It's not even the same idea. And yeah, so he sells his courses. He sells all of that. You know, putting a guarantee on there that his strategy worked, and turns out his whole strategy was a bunch of nonsense. Surprise, surprise. That's why I don't sell any strategies or anything like that, because there's no reason. I am not the god guru of trading. That does not exist. I am not a guru. Gurus are people who do meditation and focus on very worldly and universally and space and things like that. You know what a guru is. Somebody saying I've got a strategy that can make a bunch of money does not make them a guru, and that's not a guru at all. So guru shouldn't even be used in stock market, in my opinion. It's the wrong word. Because you can't be a guru, you can't be a master. You're always having to adapt to market conditions, and you're always having to change strategies, try new strategies, add to your old strategy. Like, this is a continuous science till the day you die. There's no one way to do it right, one way to do it wrong. There's no special secret sauce that you can pay for from one of these crazy gurus. So, you know, I was not surprised when I read the article and see why he was getting the lawsuit. It was pretty obvious. I was like, yeah, that's been coming for a long time. You love Ross. You learned a few things from him. You love those shirts, is what you told me one line. Did you learn where to get the cheapest Hawaiian shirts at? You guys don't understand right now how bad I want to go on a ginger roasting spree because of Ross Cameron, but I'm not going to, because all the rest of the gingers do not have anything to do with Ross Cameron. So, but I really want to roast him. I really do. Maybe I'll do that in the Discord or something. No, I'm not guru. I am not. I'm just a guy. I'm just a little old country fella who's been around the United States, lived in the North for a while. You know, I got a couple YouTube channels, Twitch channel, things like that. We got a little network. I'm just a guy. There's nothing special about me. If I can do this shit, then anybody can. That's just all there is to it. More than anything, it's just paying attention, especially economics. You just got to pay attention and not listen to what they're telling you. There's a difference between paying attention and listening. So you want to be paying attention. Ross is a beautiful human. he's well, here's the thing. He is just a guy. I agree with you. But his claims were claiming that he was something other than just a guy. So, as far as the crypto channel, I've not been doing any crypto day trading that much because we've been in such uncertain markets, and it's hard to call when these altcoins are going to pop. I have been in the NFT market trading with Gods Unchained and the new set coming out, doing pretty decent there. But, you know, other than my long-term investments, like everything going on in the Kepler wallet where I'm staking and providing liquidity, all of that. That gains me plenty of rewards. It's a cash flowing crypto asset. Got the PKT mining going, another passive income. The Crypto Tab browser, which mines Bitcoin, but now, by the way, can mine NFTs some way or another in their little thing. So there's a lot of different things. I'm still doing cryptos. I still will trade cryptos. I do want to get back into full-time day trading cryptos, but there's just so much going on right now. I'm coding the project, the blockchain project myself, like I've been saying, and then 2 channels, a Twitch, the website, where we just got done with a bunch of upgrades to that. We're still adding more and more upgrades, more and more content to that. Like, there ain't that many of us on the team. There's very few of us on the team. It's me and HH and Lauren, a few other people. So I can only do so much. There's not enough time in the day. If I had multiple arms and a way to control time, I would just give you guys all the content I possibly could. But it takes time to edit. Oh yeah, Lando. Let me shout out Lando. Lando's part of the team. Lando, not probably talking about what he's got going on, but he knows what's up. Sicilian, of everybody, of course, is on the team. You started mining Betty White coin. Did somebody finally make that Betty White coin one life? I'd like to see that. But yeah, everybody is on the Framework Fortune team in the community, and that's why you're going to get airdrops and stuff like that. And if you're a coin holder, you'll be able to vote on the project and how it moves forward and all that. So everybody, of course, is on the team. But when I speak of just the team of as far as doing the editing and thumbnails and content creation and marketing and advertising, all of that stuff, we have a very small team at the moment. And of course, we are looking to expand, hopefully here in the next couple of months. And as always, I will be bringing people in from the community who are interested. I would much rather bring people in from our community to work for Framework Fortune, work with Framework Fortune, than to get some outside people that we don't know, right? So everybody's a part of the team, but just wanted to clear that up, and I don't want to leave you guys out. I can hire you for 1 Bitcoin per year. Well, if DB's right and Bitcoin goes to 0, then I'll take you up on that offer. How about that? We'll leave it on DB's. DB's prediction of Bitcoin going to 0. That's when we'll hire you, One Life. When Bitcoin hits 0, right? That sounds like a good plan, right? DB's he's 100%. Bitcoin going to 0. Not the US dollar going to 0, but Bitcoin going to 0. That's what he thinks will go to 0. It's really interesting when you think about the math of that. I'm not going to get into debate or discussion. It just looks like Sky is going to piddle around here, but I do got to get going in a few minutes. But the dollar is 100 pennies, right? So a dollar can go to 0 very quickly, because, like I said, 100 pennies. Well, how many pennies is Bitcoin worth? So the amount of pennies the dollar has to drop in purchasing value versus the amount of pennies that Bitcoin has to drop. Dollar's way down here. Yeah. Just the math of that is simple math terms. I don't know. Who knows? Anything could go to 0 at any time. But does that happen a lot? Nah, depends. We usually see it in the OTC market. A lot of stocks will go to zero. We do see it in the crypto market as well. New projects will come out, and they're really not ready to handle what they are doing, so they end up having a security breach or whatever, and they drop to zero. So there's always a possibility that anything could drop to zero, just like there's a possibility anything can rip. We see rips all the time where they don't even make sense. Oh, go. What's your serious question, One Life? Go ahead, man. I'll answer your question before I go. I got a few more minutes. Hit me with it. This guy's starting to get rejected here at this downtrend now. Yep, starting to give up 7 again. So, again, this thing, and this is the thing, this is why I'd usually, most of the time, I don't like trading under the 200-day moving average, because this play, even though it's uptrending, is taking forever to break every single resistance line. But this play does have quite a bit of potential if it can get going. Because that 200-day is so far up there. It's overextended on this sell-off. Or at least that's what people are feeling like today. All right. You just jumped in a trade. All right, well, I'll be on the crypto channel in a little while, doing the Gods Unchained stream, getting ready for the weekend event with all the things that have transpired in that NFT marketplace and with that P2E game. A lot of craziness there. Homemade cat toys that cats don't get sick of fast. That's a very serious issue, Lori. That is a real problem right there. I have the problem of finding dog toys that last long enough before my dogs destroy them. They like to, as soon as they get them, they'll tug a war on a frog or a chicken or whatever, a little stuffed frog or stuffed chicken, and just explode it, and cotton will fly everywhere, whatever's inside of it. It's kind of funny to watch, but then it's annoying as hell to clean up after they've destroyed a whole entire stuffed animal all over the place. And I've tried Kongs. I've tried the unbreakable, unchewable Kongs. They have destroyed those very easily. Kong even gives you your money back guarantee, that if the dog does destroy it, you'll get your money back, because no dogs usually can destroy that stuff, but these two, for some reason, can. They're crazy. That's why when you hear them barking, they're just crazy. They're crazy dogs. Yes, I clean every day. I have to my office right now. They were in here playing before. I'd show you guys, but I don't really want to show you. They've got this purple toy shredded all over the place. Little purple strings, fur from the inside of it, and fluff and whatever else is in there. Just all in my floor that I gotta clean up now. And I just did that yesterday. I just cleaned up a toy that day, exploded all over my office yesterday. So here we go again. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Get working on everything else and get ready for that crypto, or not crypto stream. Well, it is on the crypto channel, but the Gods Unchained stream. Aiming about Probably 1:30, maybe sooner. I may start it even earlier at 1. We'll see. But you can smell those toys here. Yeah, they both got bad breath, DB, so I definitely could imagine you could probably smell those toys. That's why I got to clean it every day, man. They're messes. Those dogs are messes. I've had dogs. I love talking about dogs, so I'm going to try not to go on much longer about this. I'll talk about them whenever, wherever, if people want to talk about them. But I've had majority of my life clean dogs. Dogs that don't like to make big messes. And several of those were big dogs. Our dog Charlie was a big bulldog, big bull mastiff. One of the beautifulest bull mastiffs you'll ever see. He was bred with the Homeward Bound dog. Or not, he wasn't, let me rephrase that. He is from one of the breeding lines from the Homeward Bound, or he was. He's dead now. Great dog, but he was from one of those breeding lines. Amazing, all white with just barely any spots on him. And he was super clean. He hated making messes. Like if he farted, it would offend him. If he farted, he would walk away from it and stay away from that area. These two dogs that I got now are literally the messiest dogs I have ever seen. They will nest. They will try to make nests out of blankets like they're some kind of rats. They will sit on the top of the couch even though they're too big for the back of the couch like a cat. Sam, the one you hear barking the most, will come and sit on my shoulder like he's a damn parrot. Like literally come up and sit on my shoulder. He's a big boy. He's about 30 pounds. But he'll go up on the couch thing and go right across, sit on my shoulder and hang out there. They're just messes. But dogs are great, you know. Love dogs much more than people. That'll always be the probably truth for me, is dogs are always better than people. But anyway, enough about the dog. Enough about the dogs. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Appreciate all those like buttons. Good job smashing those like buttons today. We'll be back here in just a little while on the Crypto Channel. You guys have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you later, stay safe out there. Until next time.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally.